Welcome to tonight's presentation of the Pro Basketball Association. If you want pro, you want the PBA.
Welcome into the PBA Game of the Week number 2. We are in the semifinals. The winner of this gets a chance to take on the New York Generals in the PBA Finals. So we have the Desert Cats and the Firm, the Southwest Desert Cats and the Firm. Paul, these games are so much more intense. Playoff basketball is always a different animal on every level. It doesn't matter if you're the NBA, the PBA, or Pee Wee middle school. When you're in the playoffs, it just means more.
Yeah, it does, and especially at this level in college, and it's not like the NBA where you have a best-of-7 series. This is one and done, so it's very intense. All mistakes are magnified, and the team that makes the least mistakes and comes up with some good plays is usually the team that wins at this level because all the teams are good.
That's exactly right, and we are looking at a team in the Firm who have been one of the more prohibitive favorites from the start. And you played on some great Milwaukee Bucks teams in the 80s, Paul, and of course you guys always had to deal with the Celtics and a few others, but primarily Boston. But what's the difference when you're playing with expectation? How much harder is it to just meet expectation versus playing as the underdog and kind of playing with house money, so to speak?
Well, as the underdog, you're kind of freewheeling and you're kind of in a no-lose situation. If you win the game, it's a great upset. If you lose, it's no big deal. You were supposed to. So mentally, it's a little bit easier. But at the same time, when you look at the Fort Worth Firm's roster, they have the big three. They have Jalon Heartbeat, Chuck Guy, and Wolf Rab, and they've been all over and have the experience to pull any team through. You're looking at classic with Wolf Rab. He's 34 years old. He's played in about every league you can think of, from the ABA to Canada to the UBA to Mexico to Taiwan, and now he's here in the PBA. So he's been around the world, so he's not going to be rattled with anything. And Jalon Heartbeat, he's played in the G League, the NBA G League, so he's been at a high level. He actually scored 18 points in a game in the G League, so he has the talent, and he's not going to get shook either. The same with Chuck Gay. He's played at a high level at Tarleton State, where he was a big-time scorer there, averaging 16 points a game. And he's also played in low-level speed. So even though they're expected to win, those three will carry a team through because of what they've been through in their experience.
Alrighty, well, we'll see how it plays out. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the opening tip and the call of the first half. It's the semifinals here on PBA TV.
Security, I need him as part of our building here. Take care of that quick. Thank you.
Alrighty, Gary A. Paul McKeskey ready for the Firm and the Desert Cats for a right to move on to the PBA Finals. Desert Cats in their red and whites, Firm in the blue, and the Firm, despite an oversized mismatch at the jump, win the tip, and we're off.
Yeah, Gary, you're looking at both teams that play pretty good pressure defense and are really willing to push the ball, so it's going to be an exciting game tonight.
It's going to be really fun. I know the Generals, who won their game against the Blackhawks of Columbus, played an excellent pressure defense the entire game, and it was key to their win, as was offensive rebounding. Desert Cats find themselves behind early on a technical after the Firm draw first blood. It's Chuck Guy on the free throw and the inbound.
Yeah, that was I think that was a legal defense, and I think the big guy for the Desert Cats got stuck in the lane, not guarding the play, which is illegal in the PBA.
Yes. And a turnover by the Firm, so 1-0 is your score. No field goals yet in this one. First offensive possession for the Desert Cats. Two-man game. Nice look down low, a little high and deep though, and unable to make a play out of bounds.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but the execution wasn't just there for a layup, so turnover instead.
Firm. Three is up. No good. Rebounded by the Desert Cats. Back into the offensive zone. Three is up. That one's no good. And a couple of quick shots early for both teams not going in. Typical for an early big game. A lot of jitters usually, and you see it mostly on offense.
Yeah, and that's what you saw what the Desert Cats do. They push it up with the pass and take long early threes.
And on an offensive follow-up, nearly a offensive interference, but the Firm get the basket.
Offensive rebounds give you more possessions. Great job crashing the glass.
Desert Cats try a three. Long. Ball is tipped, and it finds its way, a seeing eye single back to the Firm, who try a three on the other end, walk into it. No good. Ball is tipped on the long tap out, but taken by the Desert Cats. Here we go the other way. It's 2-on-2. Now good job by the Firm getting back. Cross-court pass, behind the back pass, all kinds of weird stuff, and it ends up with the basket.
And the big guy said, hey, look what I got.
Look what I found.
I think I'll just put this thing in there.
So it's 3-2. Firm with a 1-point advantage. Nice ball fake. Runner in the lane. It was looking like maybe a pass. I thought it was a shot at first. They're going to call a foul on the Desert Cats. It will get called with the foul.
Yeah, I think, and I believe me, I've been in this situation. Vint looks like probably one of the only really true big guys in the game, and he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar there. But on the other end, he did convert on the layup, so he's holding his own.
3-2. Firm looking to make something happen. Getting into the lane and has it taken away, but then the play is called back.
It looked like he was fouled on the shot, but I guess they're not giving him a shooting foul. They're just taking the ball out of bounds.
So Firm will inbound it. Up by 1. Into the lane. Nice runner. No good. Vic clears it off the glass, but has it taken out of his hands, and then a conversion on the other end. So good play by the Firm to stay with it.
Yeah, and on the offensive rebound bigs, you got to keep the ball up. Create space, keep the ball high.
Go by the Firm. Try to go cross court. Doesn't work. Stay out of bounds. Desert Cats will inbound from the near sideline. Down by 3. About 3.5 gone by in the first. 1-on-1, near side wing. Dribbles toward the center, cross court to the far side, back kick out top center. Driving into the lane with a floater, up and good! Some dexterity from the big man.
Nice floater there, penetrating. Even though they're a three-point shooting team, if you can shoot good from the three-point line, it opens up the lane for drives just like that.
A shot from the Firm, no problem though, as Guy knocks it through.
That was one where the coaches go, no, oh, good shot.
Yes, yeah, good job. Now another steal. Guy with the ball in the front court, tries to get to a cutter, does, kicks it out near side. 3 guys touch the ball so far, in the hands right now of Hornbeak. He'll try a 3, no good. Offensive rebound, up and in. Nice job on the glass by McFarland.
Yes, he's doing a great job staying around the basket and cleaning up the misses.
10-4 for the Firm, off to a quick start. Almost halfway through this first quarter, and that's called a nice job keeping your dribble. Nice ball fake and an easy basket for the Desert Cats.
And the firm did the thing you should never do. They stopped playing because they thought there was a foul.
10-6. Dive, 6 out. Pass, ball fake, back into the lane. Little runner in the lane, short off the mark. Tap out taken by the Desert Cats. It's 1-on-2. Good job by the firm getting back. They'll have to pull it out. 3 is up. In and out. What a tough miss. And they're going to say out of bounds on the Desert Cats.
Needless to say, we're going to see a lot of three-point shots tonight from both teams. So if one of these teams can get hot here early, they might be able to jump out to a little lead here.
10-6 is the lead early for the firm. See if they can build on it here. High post entry pass. Good job denying it there. Goes out of bounds. Grab will inbound it. The firm gets it in. Nice take into the lane. Strong off the window finish from Jason Smith.
Really strong move there. Took the contact and finished the shot.
Is there a call here? Yes, we are. Offensive foul. Momentary delay. You thought maybe they're going to let something like that go, which would have been very surprising. But nope. Call's made. Right call.
Nice as a push off, and it's interesting when defensive pressure gets in people's faces, they tend to have a push off kind of attitude, and we got caught.
Guy working against 2 defenders, tries to go cross court. It's picked off. Here come the Desert Cats. It's 2-on-1. Good defense by the lone back guy for the firm. Hornbeak got back and was able to prevent the fast break finish.
Yeah, Gary, wanted to backtrack on that a little bit, what I was talking about. In basketball, offense wants space. They want to create space. They want space between them and the defensive player. And, of course, defense wants to take away that space and put pressure on the offense. So we're going to see that all night long tonight.
Analysis call as the Desert Cats missed the first. Six. 1 for 2, so the Desert Cats now down by 5. Tell you one thing too in this game, Paul, that you want to pay attention to. Always the free throw numbers, both attempts and misses, play a huge role in a lot of close games, as you know.
Yes, making your free throws, especially in the playoffs and especially in close games, is so important. And the tendency for players and even sometimes coaches is not to put an emphasis on that when they're practicing or when they're working on their game. It's all about defense and pick and roll coverages, or offense and pushing the ball and getting to the rim and the Euro step. But free throws are just as important as all that.
They really are, and one of the things that you look at with free throws is also the old saying, pressure can burst pipes. And obviously a free throw with 4:20 to go in the first quarter is not the same thing as a free throw with 12 seconds to go in the fourth, down or up by 1.
No, you're absolutely right, Gary. Free throw shooting is more mental than physical. You have to get a routine, you have to have nice form, and you have to stick with that. And that's what will take that mental pressure off of you during the game, when all you have to focus on is your routine. And a lot of players don't realize that routine is so important, just like in golf.
You mean like Charles Barkley's golf routine?
No, we don't. I don't know if I call what Charles does as golf.
Hornbeak with a good finish.
Actually, Gary, he played well in the Tahoe celebrity thing this year. I think he's finally worked out that, whatever you call it.
Whatever that was. Well, he's been at it long enough. He's been playing golf longer than he played basketball. Euro step into the lane. Looks like there was a foul at the top of this circle, so it's going to be an offensive foul against Hornbeak. Yeah, one of the things you look at too, Paul, is that when you talk about routine, a lot of times the guy that has the routine is the guy that the other team is going to try to prevent from getting to the line. So you got to, as a team, find a way to get him the ball, I should say, down the stretch.
Yeah, and that's why it's so valuable to have more players on your team that can make free throws than that can't. So,
that's right.
And that's why coaches, in their strategy, at the end of a game when it's close, if you have a poor free throw shooter, there's a lot of times you can't play that player because you can't trust him or her at the free throw line. So I did this a lot as a coach. I had a index card in my pocket that had my best free throw shooting team at the end of a game, had my best three-point shooting team that I wanted in if I needed a three, had my best defensive five that I had that could really, defend at the end to win a game. So all that comes into strategy for games during the season, but even more so for the playoffs because there's more scouting done, teams know each other more, and quite frankly, there's more talent on the court.
There you go. Like we have a 7-point game, make it a 16-7 matchup for the Firm on defense. Desert Cats trying to make something happen. Down by 9, and now they convert, so now it's 7. It's a little bit gratuitous with my bad math. I was wrong, and then I was right.
You just saw it.
That's right. We'll go with that. I forget the fact that I went to Goshen Math and I don't know how to add or subtract, but that's okay. 18-9 after the play. Nice block by the Firm coming back out of nowhere. What a play, athletic play from Rap.
Really nice, good timing on that block. Attacked the guy coming to the basket and prevented an easy layup. Great job.
18-9. Desert Cats try to cut into that lead. That's not going to help. An air ball. Here comes Rab the other way on the leak out, and he converts.
Great attention to detail for the Firm in getting that. Knowing that a long three turns into a long rebound, can turn to an outlet pass, a long one for a layup, and great execution on that.
Final 2 minutes and change of this first quarter. 11-point game. Desert Cats cut it to single digits again. Nice baseline drive. Firm back in the front court. Guy has the ball. Far side wing. About 30 feet from the basket. Here's a screen set. Nice job by Duffy. Duffy rolls into the basket.
Nice pocket pass.
Nice play.
Excellent.
Absolutely, Paul. Love to see the big man rewarded for setting a good screen.
And it was good to see him actually roll hard to the basket. So many bigs now want to pop or, he just rolled right to the basket and the guard saw him and throw a little pocket pass. That means it bounces off the floor and hits the big guy right in the pocket area, and he lays it in for a possible three-point play.
There's the three-point play right there. Duffy converts the free throw.
That's the sign of a good team, Gary, right there.
Good analysis, Paul. 10-point game, Firm up top. Now a steal. Going back the other way is Rab. Gets into the lane, finishes nicely, and they will also call a foul. That's an N1.
I'll tell you, Gary, the Desert Cats have run that play a couple times today already, and Rab, with his experience, smelled it out and got that steal. And he saw that play coming like a linebacker reads a quarterback's eyes.
There you go. 25-11. A little football analogy. It is football season after all.
Go Packers.
Go Packers.
Go Packers and Chiefs, baby.
Aren't you from Vegas? Shouldn't you be a Raiders fan?
I'm not from Vegas. I live in Vegas. I lived in Milwaukee for 8 years.
Okay, so there you go. Go Packers. Well, That game is later on. Nice attack by Rab again, and he is just dominating this game right now, Paul.
Yeah, his strength and his talent is just taking over, and it's hard for Desert Cats to get in front of him or stay in front of him and protect the rim.
There's a good three. Needed shot from the Desert Cats, but they're still down by 14. Doubled up right now by the Firm. Good pass down low for Duffy. Easy basket. Breakdown defensively for the Desert Cats.
Fort Worth is really showing how much of a veteran team they have and the ability to move the basketball and get layups. It's really showing right now early in the game.
Justin Avalis made that 3 moments ago for the Desert Cats. Gets called for a foul there on the reach. I should say it was called. He was the victim of that foul, and now he turns it over. And back the other way. Guy with the finish off the steal.
Another good read and steal. Pick six.
On the football thing. Avalis tries a three. After the ball fake, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by the Desert Cats. Try again, and another steal. This time coming down the court, going for the layup. Can't get it to go. Off the miss by Smith. Here's Avalis and the Desert Cats, and they turn it right back over.
The Desert Cats are getting killed by maybe sloppy, predetermined passes that turn into steals, and now on the other end, just an unforced turnover. They really need to clean that up immediately to stay in this game.
32-14. This game is getting ugly fast.
The Desert Cats picked up their pressure and created a backcourt violation.
Ten seconds. Another steal. This will likely end the quarter on the alley-oop off the window. And a little post-play celebration by Guy. Avalis tries a three. It's good. Will it count? Did he get it off in time? Not sure. But either way, a dominant first quarter for the Firm. Up by 20 as it stands right now, pending the review of that three, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, and as insignificant as it seems, that three, if it counts, is a big difference in the score of 20 to 17 points going into the second quarter. So we'll see what they do with this.
During the quarter, or the intermission here, I believe it was late. I don't think he got it off quite in time. It was my quick
I couldn't
read.
tell. Yeah, I couldn't tell if the ref had his hands up. I thought, but maybe another ref waved it off. But it doesn't look like he made it. So, a little daunting task here for the Desert Cats early in this game. After one quarter, you're down by 20. But on the other end, you can tell your team, well, we've been sloppy with the ball. We've thrown it away. We've missed shots we usually make. So let's just keep concentrating, and we can get back in this game.
Yeah, certainly it's a quarter to forget if you're the Desert Cats. Not only do you allow 34, but you only score 14. And to quote John Madden, that's not good. Always loved that about Madden. Kept it nice and simple.
Just straight to the point, baby.
And since football was the analogy choice of the first quarter, I figure I'll start the second quarter with it.
There we go.
A reach-in foul, an obvious reach there by Smith.
The Desert Cats ran a double pick-up high to see if they can, get some distance and get to the basket and start getting their offense fired up here. Like you said, 14 points in a quarter, especially for the Desert Cats, is not good.
Leaks with the ball. His dribble, kicks it out. Nice baseline move. He might have stepped out of bounds. He did. Cooks with the turnover.
Another thing that drives coaches crazy here is stepping out of bounds when there's no need for it.
No wonder all you coaches are nuts, because you have a long list of things that drive you crazy.
Sure. Unforced errors drive coaches crazy.
Like that?
Yes, like that.
And an alley-oop! Nice play off the steal for the Desert Cats. Maybe that'll get them energized, Paul.
Get them a little energy here on defense. They're picking it up a little bit. We'll see what happens here.
Now we have another whistle. See some energy on the Desert Cats bench.
Confusion out here.
Yeah.
Someone called timeout. Or?
Seems like there might have been a called timeout. Either way, under 20, 18 points to be exact off that alley-oop finish. And those type of plays have a way of sometimes galvanizing a team.
Yeah, you get a nice play on defense and an exciting play on offense, and it gets everybody excited and hopefully changes momentum. As we both know, momentum is such an important part of any sport. And once it shifts, it's hard to get back.
That's right. Mo is always important. See, Paul? You're always important.
As a big Mo.
Yes.
Coach
right.
Mo.
Coach Mo. Nearly a turnover, but the Firm are able to maintain possession and getting into the lane with a scoop attempt. It's like a foul.
It seems like there's a little. I know the score is tough, but it looks like there's some frustration with the Desert Cats players, and they got to stay level-headed to stay in this game.
The Firm make a single free throw of the two as Hornbeak misses one. Here come the Desert Cats down 19. Bad pass out of bounds.
Throwing to a 5'8" player underneath the basket, probably not a good idea.
Usually not how you want to do it. And the Firm responding kind.
But you got back-to-back turnovers. We have both coaches frustrated.
All right, 1, 2, 3. We both call a timeout. How about that? We're both upset. Here are the Desert Cats. Down 19, into the lane. Floater is up and good. Nice, strong finish. And they're going to give him a foul as well. So Cox makes the basket and will go to the line for one more.
Very smart move. Instead of, settling for a three, he takes it right to the basket, creates contact with a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. Really, really smart play there.
The throw is good. 35-19. 20 gone by in the second. Another whistle. And I'll tell you something, Paul. In this first 90 seconds or so of this second quarter, this game has been stop and go. More stop than go. A lot of choppiness, a lot of sloppiness.
Yeah, the first quarter flew by, and this quarter, with some clock problems and turnovers, it's really gotten a little bogged down.
Firm will inbound from the far side, right about 45-foot mark. Grab will be the trigger man. Gets it and gets it right back. Down low. Spinning and firing his guy. Can't get it to go. Availus with the rebound. Into the lane. Rebounded though off the miss. Here come the Firm. Back the other way. Contact. They'll call this against the Desert Cats.
Yeah, unfortunately, Desert Cats, they made a nice drive down there. Couldn't finish, but then they took chances in the backcourt with their defense, trying to trap the ball and going for a steal, and it led to the Firm getting out and running and getting to the free throw line.
This is the first. We're going to take a quick timeout here. Some substitutions. Back after this on pbatv. Alrighty, we're back. Second free throw coming up for the Firm, who have a 35-19 lead. 8 minutes and change to go in the first half. Gary A. Paul McKeskey. Hornbeak makes the second.
Yeah, it's important, Gary, for the Desert Cats to start getting more efficient offense and playing a little tougher defense to stay within striking range of this game.
Bounce pass down low. Good recovery from the Firm. And off the block steal, here comes Hornbeak. Front court kicks it far side. Now down low. Back out to Hornbeak. Good defense by the Desert Cats. Back down low to the big man. Turns and fires from about 6 and knocks it in. Good move by Duffy.
Nice. Jump hook, Gary. Jump hook. I love it.
Not that you're biased.
I love it. You just see a big guy resealing and getting a jump hook.
Beautiful play, and another steal from the Firm. No good. Duffy tries to get a rebound and does. Tries to finish, can't. Offensive putback on the weak side is good. Great job by the Firm, and they are just dominating this game right now.
Yeah, they're dominating about every aspect. Obviously on the glass and getting to the basket, finishing strong, getting to the free throw line. For here, the Desert Cats just have to regroup and put the pass in the pass and move forward. And you do that possession by possession. There is no 20-point play in the basketball game. You have to get it back by getting stops, consecutive stops, 1, 2, 3, 4 stops in a row, and getting good shots and executing your offense. That's how you do it, and you make this thing manageable.
With about 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go, well, exactly 7:20, Firm have a big lead, and he said, well, you got to string together stops, and then you got to score. So it takes both sides of the ball to close the gap like this.
Yeah, and at the other end, the Fort Worth Firm can't let up, can't start going one-on-one, can't start trying to make spectacular plays. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're playing good basketball. That's easier said than done mentally.
Basketball, as we all know, is a game of runs, so you expect at some point the Desert Cats to put one on. Runner in the lane is no good. Nice offensive rebound off the glass, no good. And we have a foul.
Even though they didn't convert on that right away, it's a good sign that the Desert Cats got their own offensive rebounds, and now they're going to the free throw line. That's a good sign for them. Now we need to make our free throws.
Making free throws is important.
Yes. Someone said that before, I think.
Yeah, maybe once or twice.
Yeah, I think just recently.
.20 advantage. Duffy up top for the guard. One-on-one. Grab. Gets a screen. Goes into the lane. And a miss. Quick turnover.
Ouch. You just finally got to stop and Rab, missed his layup, thought he got fouled, and then you got a chance to capitalize, and instead you turn the ball over. That's tough. Very, very tough.
40-20. Guy with the ball. Oh, I got something. Whistle. I think that shot's going to count. Send Guy to the line.
It's like technical. Somebody must have said something or gestured towards a ref, it looks like.
Refs are not your friends.
No, and they have the whistle, so they have control. Might have been, again, like I said before, maybe a little frustration from the Desert Cats players.
41-20. Another whistle here. On and off and on and off.
That was I think that was a late charge call. I think it was the correct call, but just a late whistle. Better late and correct, I guess.
Right. Three is up. No good. Offensive rebound. Good finish in traffic. And there's a timeout. We'll take it with them. 41-22 here on PBA TV. All right, we're back after the break. 41-22 is the score. The Firm are up by 19, Paul.
Yeah, and I think we have another technical foul here. Like I had said earlier, it seems like some of the Desert Cats players are getting frustrated and either doing something or saying stuff, but that doesn't help their cause right now. They need every point they can get. So, there's still over half this quarter left to get this thing. As a coach, if you're down by 20, you're looking to cut it to 12 or 10 by the halftime, and that's a little more manageable. So we'll see what happens.
They got about 6 minutes to do it, just under.
But they have to be clear of what they do, and they can't give up layups like that.
Like that? Yeah, that's not going to help.
That was an uncontested drive straight to the basket.
Coming back the other way, and a quick little dump off and nice little shot. So, trading baskets is also not going to cut the lead.
Exactly, because the Firm will be happy trading baskets at this point, and the Desert Cats can't afford to trade baskets at this point.
Even 20, 5:29. The Firm really have dominated this game pretty much with their offense, Paul. I mean, their defense has been solid, but honestly, the Desert Cats offense has just been bad.
Yeah, they've kind of gone through the Desert Cats defense like butter and just kind of got whatever they wanted. They do move the ball. They're strong with it. They got experienced players, but the Desert Cats have to give some resistance to get back in this game on the defensive end.
Grab with the ball up top, crossover dribble, right to left, kicks it out. They'll drive into the lane and tied up right there. They're going to call a jump ball. One beat got tied up. Good defense from the Desert Cats.
Yeah, and you saw a little resistance there where they got in front of the guy driving and got a jump ball out of it. That's more like it.
44-24. Jump ball right around the free throw line. By the Firm. Right into a post position. That was almost like a post entry pass, Paul.
Yes, and a post move. A little turnaround jump shot. I like it. I like it a lot, Gary.
46-24 after the Rab basket on the post. Here's Avalis. He'll try a three and knock it down.
Nice high post split there, action, and nice shot.
Now a quick foul.
And this is okay. You're showing a little resistance. You got a little energy going. However, you must watch your foul count now because pretty soon the Firm will be shooting all these fouls, and that will not be a good thing for the Desert Cats.
And something else to get the timeout, Paul. You look at these breakaway layups. A lot of them are in the half court with a set defense. It's one thing to give up transition breakaways, but it's another when you have just easy looks at the rim from the half court. Those are the type of plays, if you're the Desert Cats, you have to try to stop.
Yeah, that's when you know as a coach, and you should know as a team, that you're not really playing defense. If guys can straight line drives to the basket and hit uncontested layups and with no resistance, that's not real defense. As a Desert Cats, you're a three-point shooting team, so you know that there's going to be some long rebounds and they're going to get some layups out of it. However, just like you said, Gary, if you're giving those up in half court, you have a fundamental problem on the defensive end.
Exactly right. And you give up 46 points with almost 5 minutes to go in the half. I mean, that's a lot of points. I mean, you're looking at probably a 115-point pace. Firm.
Yeah, and for the people out there that don't realize, PBA games are only 40 minutes. NBA games are 48, so that makes that over 100 score even more
difficult.
Important. Yeah.
46-27. The Cats trying to make a game of it. Avalis will try another three. A little short. From the Firm. The front court. Take it back out. Pump fake. Nice job keeping on your feet. Down low. Big man moves. Big man moves again. Ouch. That was a hard fall. No call either.
You call traveling. Wow.
Well, they say the bigger you are, the harder you fall.
Yeah, I know that for a fact. At 7 foot, 300 pounds, it hurts.
It hurts. Ellis, ball up top, swings it to the near side wing. 1-on-1. Back to the top, keeps the dribble, kicks it back to Ellis. Near side. Stutter step. Floater in the lane. No good. Rebounded. Taken by the Firm and then nearly stolen by the Desert Cats. Firm managed to wrestle it away.
Get a little ragged out there.
That three is no good. Bodies flying everywhere.
That's a horrible shot. I mean, you have a numbers break, and they tried to steal it in the backcourt, and the Firm has it up in the half court with a numbers break. You could probably get a layup out of it, and you just shoot up a three and miss it. That's not a smart move.
Not at all. Nice move into the lane by Long. Gives it off on a nice feed and an easy basket for the Southwest Desert Cats. They needed that one. Up and under. Whirling Dervish is good. What a finish from Smith.
Nice move. That was took the contact and finished.
Long
Another one of those straight line drives though.
Long, bad shot. Fell down, got it back though. And now a wide open corner three. Long, that might have been the most open shot the Desert Cats have had today. Right
or
again.
the whole season.
Missed from both corners. Now a turnover by the Firm. A little sloppy here. It's been a sloppy couple of minutes for both teams.
Very sloppy.
Baseline drive. See if they count it. I believe they're going to. No. Nope. It's going to be side out of bounds. So the basket will not count. The foul was before the shot.
Yeah, I think that he got him on the drive out by the 3-point line before he got to the rim.
Top of the circle, the Firm trying to get those points back that were taken off the board by the foul call. And the three is good. So, hey, if you're not going to get two, you may as well get three. Long pass ahead to Rab, ahead of the pack. Good job by the defense, though, getting back. Contact is called. I believe it's going to go against the defense.
Yeah, when Gary, when you're a 3-point shooting team like the Desert Cats are, and most 3-point shooting teams like to shoot corner threes, when those go up, the far side, those players have to focus on getting back on defense because the shooter's not going to get back, and usually there's no one up top. So that's what happened there, and the Firm took advantage of it like they have most of this game.
So the New York Generals won the first of today's doubleheader with the Columbus Blackhawks. So the winner of this one will play New York for the PBA championship. My hometown, baby. Nice backdoor move by Avelis. Good feed, and that's the best offense we've seen from the Desert Cats yet, Paul.
Yeah, that was execution, defensive pressure, go back door, and nice pass on the back door.
Now a near steal. Firm able to retrieve it, getting back into the front court. Here's Rab, kicks it to the corner, baseline drive, down low, kicks it up top. Guy will try a three. No good. Ball is still loose. Ends up back in the hands of the Firm after the long bounce. Guy back at the controls. We have a whistle on the far side. I think they're just going to call a hand foul. Getting it in there. Now does get it in. Good baseline move. Good spin away and can't finish. I'll tell you what, Paul. That was an excellent demonstration of feeling your defender and going away from his momentum.
Yeah, like we had mentioned before the game, Rav is an experienced player. He's played all over the world. And he knows how to use his body, knows how to get to the rim, knows where the defender is, takes an open shot when he has it, but he's very, very, very effective going to the basket and making the layup and or getting fouled.
50-34, so it's still a dominant lead for the Firm, but the pace at which they've been playing and executing has slowed considerably, Paul. Both teams have been pretty much sloppy this entire quarter.
Yeah, they got sloppy, and turnovers and fouls just slowed the game down.
Under 2 to go now in the half. 17-point deficit for the Desert Cats. Trying to cut it down. Drive into the lane. As a stripped. Gets it back. Misses. Gets his own rebound. Back down low. Nice shovel pass and a finish by Caldwell.
Great hustle. That's what he did not never gave up on the play. Great job.
51-36. Good trap by the Desert Cats, but broken nicely. That's just good ball control and command by the Firm there, Paul.
That's a veteran team knowing how to break pressure.
And a breakout on the other end leads to an easy basket for Avalis.
And that same veteran team let them get a breakout layup.
Yes. Guy. Nice bounce pass. Back out to him. One-on-one. He is up. In and out. Rebounded by the Desert Cats. Trying to get something to happen here. Still with that big deficit. Near side corner. Our side, rather. Top of the circle now. 3 is up. Off the back iron. Bounces around. And is eventually taken off the carom by the Firm. Double team. And again, Rab with that veteran poise. But it leads to an offensive foul. So Rab made the right play, but unfortunately the foul is called and it's going the other way.
The Desert Cats did a great job of picking up the pressure, defense, and then when a veteran team like the Firm got it out of the pressure and the trap, they still kept playing, moved their feet and took a charge. Excellent job by the Desert Cats on defense.
53-38. Final seconds of the half ticking down. Desert Cats will be looking to close out strong. They'll have the last possession. Shot is up. No good. And now will bring us to halftime. At the half, it's 53-38. The Firm 20 minutes away from the PBA Finals. Back to talk about it on the halftime show after this here on PBA TV. All right, we're back on PBA TV. Gary Paul McKeskey at the half. The Firm 20 minutes away from a berth in the first ever PBA Finals. Paul, they have a big lead. It was bigger at one point, but still, if you're the Firm, sloppiness in the second quarter aside, you have to be happy with the way you've just dominated this game so far.
Yeah, I mean, you're happy, but you're not happy because if you look back at halftime, I'm sure they're thinking, we should be up 25. It shouldn't be 15. It should be 25. And they really have to straighten out their act because every team in the PBA playoffs now is dangerous. And if they did any scouting at all with the Desert Cats are never out of a game because of the way they can shoot three-point shots. So you really have to buckle down. And as a coach, we used to say coming out of halftime, the first 3 minutes of the third quarter are the most important. You set the pace, you get that lead back up to 20, and you're back in control. And don't get me wrong, the Fort Worth Firm have a lot of talent. They're veteran. They know what they're doing. Hornbeak, Guy, Rob, they're all good players. However, as we know, basketball is a fickle sport. On the other end, if I'm the Desert Cats, I'm saying, hey, we've been here before. We've been down before. we're just going to keep taking good shots. We're going to start making them. We got to tighten up our defense. If I'm the coach of the Desert Cats, I'm thinking maybe I throw in a little zone here at the beginning of the third quarter, see how they react to that, and we can get back in this game. So 15 points, 11 to 15 points as a coach in basketball at halftime was always scary. Even if you're winning, players tend to get a little bit lazy, and if you're losing, hey, we can get this back in one quarter. So we'll see what happens here.
In your experience coaching, Paul, how long, if you go to a zone, for example, like you said, as sort of a change up out of the half, how long on average would you say does it take a team to adjust and then kind of execute you out of that zone? How much of a shelf life does a zone change up have?
Well, it depends on who you're playing and their experience. I mean, it blows my mind sometimes because players freak out at the highest level. They'll stop and they'll say, "Hey, they're in the zone. We can't run our play. You just no. Every man-to-man play works against the zone. You just got to execute it. It's the same." But the mental thing is, players back off. They get tentative. So it depends on the team you're playing and how fast they adjust. I used to, when I coached, I played zone almost after every timeout because 95, maybe 100% of the coaches in professional basketball, no matter what level, when they come out of a timeout, they draw up a play for their offense, and it's a man-to-man play. So if I throw a zone out there, then their players not thinking that the same play is going to work against the zone as it was against man. They hesitate. They get apprehensive, and I used to do that. So as a coach, if I'm down, and my defense isn't good, I'm going to throw a little wrinkle in. Now, when you play zone, you're going to play it. It could be one possession, it could be five, depending on how good it goes. So if you get a couple stops, you stay in it. If they look like they pass the ball around and really attack it well, you get out of it quickly.
Yeah, that then my non-coach, non-professional player experience with basketball tells me that these guys from Fort Worth, this firm, they're not going to be fazed by it for long. The one thing that's been sticking out in this first half to me, Paul, and you mentioned it in the pregame, the level of experience, poise, and execution. They did get sloppy for a bit, but this is not a team you expect to be rattled by pretty much anything.
You're right on point. I absolutely agree. They have experience, they have strength, they have size. They know what they're doing. But on the other end, as a coach for the Desert Cats, I got to do something. I got to throw some wrinkle in.
No question.
It's like in football. Let's go back to football, Gary.
Yeah.
If a quarterback is picking you apart, picking your secondary apart, you better throw in a blitz or two to throw him off his game.
We'll see what happens in the second half. We're going to take a break, come back. This has been the Halftime Report. We'll be back after this here on pbatv.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Chris with Rainwater Entertainment and Marketing, LLC, and I got a special player right here with me here at the Pro Basketball Association. Sir, tell everybody who you are, the team that you represent as well.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Justin Avalos. I'm from El Paso, Texas. I'm playing with the Desert Cats from Southwest. We're from El Paso. Coach Terrell told me to make sure I tell y'all a little bit of my trajectory. So I played in Mexico against a couple of his teams back in the day. Had a nice 10-year career out there. Now that I finished up, I'm here at the crib and wanted to, play some competitive basketball. So the PBA was a league for me at this time.
Oh man, and we glad to have you, man. Glad you had safe travels. You're with the Desert Cats. What is your role with this team? Tell us a little bit about your skills, who your game may symbolize that we can identify with in here in the public. For people that have never seen you, who does your game symbolize?
Well, my role on the team is definitely the veteran, man. I'm the old head of the team. So all the youngins kind of look up to me for guidance and practicing and the way to do it. So if you want to continue playing past college, so that's my role. As far as on the court, I don't do anything besides shoot threes, to be honest with you. I'm not passing that three-point line on offense or defense. So, I just try to shoot. I try to emulate my game after Ray Allen back in the day as far as footwork. I watched him coming off screens. I watched the way he got open. So that's one player that I really try to model my game work, especially with his footwork.
And so, as Chris said, you played overseas, man. How long did you stay overseas, and how do you fare that competition overseas versus the Pro Basketball Association? And would you refer players here overseas?
So I played my first year in Mexico was 2009, and that's when Chris was still coaching out there. So I played out there from 2009 to 2019. I ended up having my daughter, and I had a coaching job in El Paso, so I ended up kind of giving up on the basketball and just staying home with my family. But as far as the PBA, I see a lot of the same guys that I played against out there. There's a great level of competition. I tell my guys all the time, if you can play in this league and you can play against these guys, you can play somewhere else as well. So this is a great stepping stone, man. I try to tell my guys, look at your competition, look at what they're doing, look at what they do on the court so that you can emulate it and try to get to that next step, because they're right here in the PBA as well.
Man, that is a great answer, man. You know what? I got a son, man, that's playing soccer. And when you're trying to play different divisions, how would you tell a young player that's trying to adjust to the speed of the game?
You definitely got to work your way up, man. You can't jump in and expect to be, jumping to that level. You got to work on your game first, see where you at, evaluate yourself, and then see what you have to do to get to that next level or get to that next division. So it's all about putting that behind-the-scenes work when nobody's watching, when the lights are off, when you're just out there grinding on your own. That's when you really get that work in.
And, man, for a player like yourself, bro, how important is film study at this level?
Film study is huge, man. I mean, my college coach was huge on film. We were watching film every day. So right now, we've already watched our team, the team we're about to play against, we've already watched 4 of their games. So we try to stay prepared in that aspect. If you're trying to get better as a player, watch yourself to see where you can improve, and then watch people you're trying to emulate so you can see what they do to improve your own game. It's very important in the game of basketball and to succeed.
Perfect, man. And 2 more questions, man. One of the questions is a fun fact, bro. Who is your favorite NFL team, bro, since it's NFL season, bro? Let the world know, man.
You gotta know, man. It's America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, man. Come on, hey, man. We're from El Paso. I know it's far west Texas, but over there, it's Cowboys Nation, man. We're going Cowboys. I'm not the type that's gonna say, hey, this is our year, because we say that every year. But we looked pretty nice against Tampa Bay last Thursday. I can't lie to you. So if we stay healthy, anything can happen, man. Let's go Cowboys.
Already, last but not least, look into this camera, bro, and tell any young player how important it is to balance family and basketball.
All you youngins out there, make sure you balance your life. Family should always come first to you. When your family is first to you, then that basketball's gonna be right there, and they're gonna support you on the way. Because if they know they're first, that basketball's gonna be right there with them. So make sure you spend time with your family. Put your family first. Put basketball right behind them, and they're going to be there to support you the entire way. So work hard, stay humble, and put God first.
Awesome, brother. Any last shout-outs to friends, family, teammates, or anyone else?
Definitely, man. Shout out to all my ex-teammates in Mexico that have been keeping up with me for this past couple games, this PBA season. Shout out to all my my assistant coaches back home at Franklin High School, and shout out to all my family that have tuned into every single PBA game that we played this season. I appreciate all the love from all of you. I promise I'll keep giving it my all until the wheels fall off. Thank you.
Thank you so much, bro, for the interview. Pleasure speaking with you. Have safe travels back home. Good luck on the court. This has been Chris with Rainwater Entertainment and Marketing, LLC. Have a good one. Could you tell everybody who you are? I'm glad you made it here safe. And tell everybody what do you do here in the Pro Basketball Association?
Thank you. Good night, everybody. My name is Coach Aragon. I'm the head coach from the Desert Cats El Paso team. Paso, Texas, and we're really happy for being here. You know, the Final Four tournament is a pretty good situation for us, coming all the way from El Paso as a new franchise up there, and we're so excited for being here. Thank you.
Man, congratulations on making the Final Four. We're glad to have you here in Dallas, Texas, man. Now that you made it here, tell us a little bit about some of the obstacles you've had to overcome to make it this far, and what are your expectations against the Fort Worth Firm today, sir?
Well, we know that we're going to receive a really good team against we're playing today. It's the Fort Worth team. It's a they pretty strong. They have a pretty good guards. I know this number 4 Chucky guy is pretty good ball handler, excellent shooter. The scouting reports dictate a lot of good stuff for him, but I think we're going to be ready. I think we're going to be ready to compete and battle today. During all this season, we'll be winning all the games. We're undefeated team, and so hopefully we just continue winning and for go to the championship game undefeated tomorrow.
Man, that's awesome. I didn't know you guys are undefeated, man. This is going to be a superb game. I can't wait, man. Coach, tell us what are some of the duties, man, that go into being a coach, owner behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of sacrifice, finances, and work putting the team together. Tell us a little bit about what your duties are.
Well, Samantha Stooks, she is our owner, and she's over there by the bleacher somewhere. I'm the coach, but I mean we'll be putting a lot of sacrifice with the guys. This type of league is great leagues. Like this PBA league is being so great for the guys. My starting point guard is not with us because he already have a contract in Mexico. Coming out of this publicity, Chris and everybody on the administration, on the office of this league has been providing to the players, and I think it's a great situation for a lot of talent that is around it. And I mean, we're so excited for being part of this, and we're going to make a lot of sacrifices next year too. Also with financial, we're looking at sponsorships, and to try to survive up there in El Paso. It's been a hard year with COVID and all this, and it's been a hard process for us, but we're thankful, we're happy, and we enjoy for being here.
Perfect. You actually led me right into my next question. With this organization, you look very unified, made it this far, so you have to be doing some things right. Why would a sponsor support your organization, or why should they support your organization, and how can they reach your organization?
Well, I think it's because it's a brand new year. It's a barely first year from the league. People still don't recognize how good is this league and how organized it is. Once a sponsor starts seeing more about publicity and social media, watching the games on YouTube, PVA YouTube, I know they're gonna start coming and knocking doors. We make some noise up there in El Paso, being undefeated team for 1 year. It's been 1 year now undefeated at home. And now the whole this league is 14-0 and coming all the way this far. It's been a great situation, a great season, and I have faith that we're going to receive more help for the sponsorships over there in Texas, El Paso, and hopefully this league continue growing every year.
Awesome, Coach. And just another question here that's important, man. How as a coach, how important is family and communication, man, as a coach? Family, having a balance with basketball. How is that as far as a coach and you pouring that on to your players?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. Having my 2 little daughters up there in El Paso, crying every time you leave, and they expecting to be with them all the weekend, and then you have to leave. Sometimes we sacrifice a lot of family time together. People don't see that from bleachers or from outside. They don't realize how much sacrifice the players and coaches, we put in this to travel every weekend, and I'm being at home every weekend because we're playing. But this is like you say, something that is going to create a balanced energy between the family and the players and us, and the supporting. And right now we got a bunch of people that our families drive more than 10 hours from El Paso to support us. They here. I mean, we got a big blessing, like I say, and we're a tremendous team together. Hopefully we can continue winning. Hopefully we play good today and advance to the championship.
Wow, man. Hey, y'all win, boy. Y'all gonna shock the world and mess up all of El Paso, man. But any last shout outs to friends, family, and teammates?
Well, just say thank you to you guys. It's been a great situation. Come all the way to Dallas and meet all this great talent. I just want to say thank you to all of them and say hi to the people there in Mexico. Les mando un abrazo a todos los mexicanos. Saludos y viva Mexico.
Could you tell everybody who you are, what's your name, and the organization that you're representing today?
My name is Samantha Stooks. I'm with the Southwest Desert Cats out of El Paso, Texas. I'm the owner.
Awesome. Way from El Paso. I'm glad you had safe travels. Could you and congratulations on your team making it to the Final Four. You all play next Tell everybody a little bit about your team, some adversities maybe you had to overcome to get here, and your expectations against the Fort Worth firm.
Yeah, we're all the way from El Paso. We're glad to be here. It's been a long journey. We have a great coach. We have a great team. They're very resilient. We're undersized compared to other teams that we've come up against, but we're really grateful to be here today, especially to play against the firm. They're a tough team. It's going to take a lot of discipline and defense on our end to lock in the dub, but I have faith in Coach Aragon and what he's been doing with the Cats to make it a good game tonight.
That's awesome. And could you tell everybody a little bit of what it takes behind the scenes to be an owner, but not just an owner, to be a female owner in the Pro Basketball Association?
Well, I think I'm really blessed to be able to do this in a male-dominated industry like basketball, of course. It's a blessing for me to be able to lead this organization. But we have a great support staff. We have a great family behind us. And right now we're just trying to get leverage and get the community behind us in El Paso so that we can make this thing keep going and continue to see the progress that we have been, especially with no funding right now. So that's the goal next year, is to grow our support, to make it a little bit of an easier journey for these guys.
And if a sponsor were interested in connecting with your organization, why would this organization be a good representation for that sponsorship? Why should they reach you, and how can they reach you?
I think the easiest way for them to reach us would be through our social media platforms. It's SW Desert Hoops on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or our website, swdeserthoops.com. And the Desert Cats are a great organization to sponsor because we're professional. Everything that we do, we try to do it at the top of our abilities, from the players and the way they carry themselves to the way they play, even to the way we dress. We want to make sure that we're representing El Paso and our organization at the best of our abilities, and I think sponsors will see that, and it's reflective in the games that we play. We got great talent. We've got 6 that have signed out of our organization. We're a first-year organization on the men's side, and 4 women from the women's. So I think we're onto something, so we just need some support.
And you said that guys have been signed already. Tell us a little bit about what you think about Chris Terrell, and when you first heard about the PBA and saying, I want to put my organization in.
First I went to Coach Aragon. He kind of advises me on who to work with and who to stay away from, and he spoke highly of Chris Terrell and what he was doing, full support of him and the brand that he's created with the PBA. So we were really excited when we heard that the Pro Basketball Association was coming about for this spring-summer, and we jumped right on board. I was blessed enough for Coach to recommend me for the regional director position, and I think we've grown the Southwest, and we're just trying to improve that next year as we continue seeing more teams. That was exciting. Seeing more teams jump on board and try to get their guys more opportunities and exposure.
And one last question here. I'm here stationed out of Dallas. So your opponent, I've got a chance to film them a lot and see them play. Are there any strategic game planning for a couple of players that you may have seen on film, or is that something the coaches may handle, or what is your...
Number 4 will be the key. We want to go ahead and stop him. But as far as any strategic plans, we're going to go ahead and let that play out. I don't want to give coach's secrets away, but I know he's been preparing for the firm. So we'll see what we come up with today.
And any last shout-outs to friends, family, teammates, organization, anybody?
Shout out 915 Northeast El Paso, Skyline Optimist Gym, my family, Bonafide Basketball, with the youth and everything. But my babies, Amari and Lana, I love you guys. Baby TJ. Good job today. He locked in some big stuff, and we'll see you guys when we get home, hopefully with that gold over there.
Oh, man, that is so awesome. Thank you for the interview, and much success. Safe travels back. And this has been Chris with Rainwater Entertainment and Marketing, LLC. Thank you for the interview.
Baby, getting buckets, boy. What we do? Stay quick playing.
All right, second half is upon us. Gary Aid, Paul McKeskey, the firm 20 minutes away from a matchup in the finals with the New York Generals, who won their game earlier today against the Blackhawks. 114-97 was the score there. Generals about an hour and change from my front door from my hometown of Middletown, New York. Generals in White Plains, led by Torrey Thomas, very experienced international player, owner there. Put together a great roster, great team. But I'll tell you what, as the Desert Cats have a whistle on their first possession out of the break, assuming this holds up and the firm win, which is still a far assumption, there's still almost a half to go, this will be a matchup for the Generals either way.
It should be a good matchup, but like the Desert Cats come out and knock down a 3 right off the bat, and now it's a 12-point game. Not so comfortable anymore.
No, indeed, and the firm put the ball in the hands of maybe their best player, Wolf Rab. This little ball fake, step back, nice shot. What a play. My goodness, what a shot.
Just a one-on-one control and knocking down a big shot. They needed that at this time.
So they answer the 3 with one of their own, and it's back to 15. 3 is up and good. So there you go. Trading threes to start the half.
Could get exciting, Gary.
Rab cross-court one-handed pass. 3 is up. And another one back to back to back. My goodness. I don't know what you're going to do here, but I'll tell you what. Shooting has become in fuego. Long into the lane. Throws up a runner. No good. Offensive putback by Vitt is.
Great offensive board by Vitt. Vitt has a lot of experience at 6'10". He played at UTEP and averaged 9 points and 5 rebounds. So that's a pretty high level of basketball.
Nice move down low by Hornbeek. He can't get it to go, but another offensive tip-in. So a couple of offensive tip-ins back-to-back. And we're still at 15. Teams trading baskets. Spin move. As it tipped out of his hands, it'll stay here with the Desert Cats.
Yeah, it was the first quarter went by fast. The second quarter was a little sloppy. And it looks like the third quarter is going to be nothing but excitement.
Long. We'll try a 3 from long range. Pun intended. I'm sorry, I had to do it. At least once. Blocked. Offensive putback, no good. Vitt still there. And it looks like we have a traveling violation. You know, I'm impressed with myself, Paul. I made it through a half and a couple minutes without the most obvious name pun possible in the PBA.
Well, you know, we're in the finals of the season, so you made some progress. That's good.
Hey, you know what? Old dogs can learn new tricks. Just takes us a while.
Just takes a while.
That's right. Rab pulls it back out, gets it down low for a post. Double team comes, back to Rab, tries to fire one down low. It's tipped. They'll say last touched by the Desert Cats. Into the corner, off the inbound, back to Rab. Good jump step into the lane. Good left hand. What a play. Just a smooth player.
He's got a lot of weapons in his offensive repertoire, that's for sure.
Back to 17, and we have a foul. Looks like it's a loose ball foul on the near side against the Desert Cats, so it's a turnover.
Yeah, that's kind of a strange situation, way away from the basket. I don't know what happened.
(63-46). Rab dribbling the ball down the court, and a whistle. Shot won't count.
A technical foul.
Got the
Someone
tease.
from the Desert Cats not happy with the referee, and the referee has the whistle and calls a tee.
Yep. You have the whistle. You are in command. This guy misses the technical. You know, I kind of always wanted to just like show up to a game with a ref whistle and like in the middle of a play, just blow it from the stands.
I'm sure everybody would really appreciate that.
The Desert Cats off the miss. Nice pass and a one-handed throwdown from Vitt. What a setup for the big man.
Great transition, great finish by the big fella.
Was, and he caught it low too, which is not easy for the big guys. Nice play from Vitt. Nice play all around. I think it was long on the pass. Oh, a turnover back the other way.
There's that same double high picks they run.
Good job on a well-timed trap by the Firm, but good execution. The Desert Cats end up with a nice open shot. Can't get it to go. Ball is tipped all over the place, taken by Rab. I'll tell you what, that was a great rebound by Wolf Rab. And the block by Vic, way to go, coming over all the way from the weak side, and he keeps it in bounds too. Great play from the big man.
That's key, making a block and keeping it in play and getting the possession.
Ordered on the other end. Can't get it to go though. What was your favorite type of play to make, Paul, during your playing career? Was it a block, a steal, or a rebound, a dunk? Like what was your favorite type of play that you enjoyed the most?
Well, I was known for hustling, so taking a charge. My ultimate play was making a steal, diving on the floor, and outletting it someone down the court for a layup. And I happened to actually do that a couple times against the Celtics one time and against the Knicks one time. So I was more of the hustle guy. I enjoy shooting the three every once in a while, but those hustle plays is what I like to do.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised with the way Hooper Vint has started this quarter that they're taking him out of the game.
That is a surprising play. I don't know what his foul situation is, but either way, you're right. It would seem like an auspicious time. Yeah, I agree. Firm trying to take advantage, and quickly the Desert Cats with a steal going the other way, and that's going to be goaltending, I believe. Yes.
You took it off the board, yeah. But I'm not so sure about that. I'd like to see a replay. Unfortunately, we can't. I think he took it into the board, which is legal in the professional basketball.
It seemed like it went off the back of the iron with his hand. Again, without the benefit of the replay, we're just giving our best guess. But either way, it's going to be a goaltend, and it's back to 11, Paul. And just like that, like you said, the Firm really, since that fast start and now another technical, they've kind of played the Desert Cats, I would say, at a slight loss.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a 10-point game now. So, and now you see the Firm players getting a little frustrated, and they're getting technical fouls like the Desert Cats got in the first half. So, this game is far from over, believe me.
$63-53. Rab gets it near side. Steal by the Desert Cats. Nice play, and we're going to get a block. And that was
good hands on that. Yep, he used his body, moved his feet, and didn't reach. Just got all ball.
Now all of a sudden, Paul has moved over to the Desert Cats sidelines. Uncle Mo is clearly with the Desert Cats right now.
I've been fair both ways. I'm just seeing it. Now look at what you see on the floor.
Uncle
The Desert Cats are in a huddle talking about what they're going to do, and the Firm is all spread out talking to the refs, arguing with the refs. Coaches all up at arms. So you see momentum is shifting as we speak.
Yes, it is. 5:37 to go in the third quarter. And it's a 10-point game. At one point, the Firm led this game early on by 22.
The way the Firm's going to end this quarter is going to say so much of what type of fourth quarter there is, whether they can relax a little bit or whether they're going to have to fight and claw and scratch for this victory. So let's see what happens in the next 5 minutes and 37 seconds.
See how it plays out as we come out of the timeout. 63-53. As the Cats will inbound. Conversation. Now the ball's in play.
See if the coach drew up the play here. Maybe the little staggered action.
Move in the lane. Strong move with the body. Can't get it to go. Follow up is good. I-14. And pass taken away. Avelis comes the other way. 2-on-1. Good transition defense, but Avelis finds his space. Can't get it to go. Excellent shooter.
That would have been a huge make right there.
He knows it too. He's maybe the best shooter on the court for either team, and that's just an uncharacteristic miss for Justin Avelis.
You wonder sometimes, Gary, if you're a shooter like that and there's no one around you, you might be too open. And you start looking around like, why isn't anybody around here?
That's right.
It was too open.
63-55. And again, this game just continues to, we went through a period in the beginning part of this quarter, Paul, where it was pretty open, free-flowing, and now it's kind of crawled to a stop again.
Yeah, and I think some turnovers and some fouls and 2 or 3 technical fouls, I believe, and that tends to slow the game down. So we'll see what happens here in the last part of the third quarter. And like I said about a minute ago, it's going to be important for both teams how they end this quarter, what the fourth quarter and the rest of this game is going to be like. So if you're a coach sitting there, you're the firm coach, you're saying let's get this thing under control, get it back up to 15 or 18, and we'll have a good fourth quarter. And if you're the Desert Cats, he said let's keep this going, maybe whittle another couple points off and win it in the fourth quarter. So we're going to see what happens here quickly.
So it will be firm basketball out of the timeout, and it will be Hornbeak at the controls. Goes into the front court. Duffy makes the catch, double teamed, dribbles away, and gets it taken away. Here come the Desert Cats. I almost said the Southwest Cats, which would be kind of half right, and the layup is good.
Great play, great pass, good finish.
And just like that, Paul, only 8. He's at 1 point, 22 points, and you could see the firm pressing now, and another steal. Bad turnover. Here come the Desert Cats, and now they turn it over, but it looks like they're going to keep it as they weren't able, the firm that is, to maintain control of the steal.
Yeah, I mean, they can get a playoff here, get a good shot, maybe get this thing to 5 points, 4-point lead.
Shot is up and good, and just like that, it's a 4-point advantage.
Now we have a game, Gary.
We sure do. And that full court pressure has really created some stuff for the Desert Cats, but that is the other side of it as Jason Smith walks to the rim after breaking the press.
Yeah, once you get it past that double team, the rim is usually open. They took advantage of that.
It's like a whistle before the shot.
Seems like a lot of confusion out there. I don't know what
sure
that call
does.
was. I don't know what the call was. There's another timeout. Seems like the coaches have unlimited timeouts. I don't know.
On the span of the last few minutes off the game clock, we've seen the Desert Cats cut a lead from 15, now down to 6. At one point it was 4.
Yeah, and they did it by creating turnovers and converting, and the firm did it by being sloppy and turning the ball over and not taking care of pressure defense. So, but again, there's still almost 4 minutes left in this quarter, so the end of this quarter is very, very important.
Yeah, it's been a long quarter because of the stops we've been kind of belaboring, but As you say, you call like you see it, and this is basketball that really no one enjoys playing games that start and stop and start and stop, but you enjoy losing less. So if you have timeouts and you feel you need to use one, you use it. Another foul. Running over Hornbeak there. This game is really, really eking along right now.
It looks like there's frustration on both sides now. At the beginning of the game, frustration with the Desert Cats. In the middle of the game, frustration with the Firm. Now both teams seem to be frustrated either with the refs or their play. So the team that calms down and gets their game under control is the team that's going to win this game.
Jeremy Matthews, one bound for the Firm, and can't help but notice a striking resemblance to Wizard Gus Williams.
A name from the past.
Telling you. The history books there. Nice shot, top of the circle, no good. Good offense, though. Doesn't go in. Here come the Desert Cats the other way. Transition defense from the Firm. And a steal. This is going to be a leak out. That's going to be a bucket for the Firm. It's Matthews on the finish.
That's a sign of a Desert Cat trying to do too much. Just shoot the ball.
Right. Really aired that one off the back of the window. Bayless gets an open three, can't get it to go. It's 2-on-1, now 1-on-none, and another breakaway layup. Again, it's Matthews who's come in and provided some real energy real quick, Paul.
Yeah, they really turned this thing around, and momentum shifting back, and now the Desert Cats have to take a timeout so this game doesn't get back out of control for them. They got it down to 4, but now it's back up to 10. And like I've been saying for, the last 2 minutes, how they end this quarter is going to be a really telltale sign how that fourth quarter is going to go.
No doubt about it. And those 2 minutes have been really, how do we say this? Start and go. It's just been the way it is. And, games happen like this. You get a position where, like you said, neither team really is feeling good about what they're doing. So both coaches are on the edge of their seat, maybe getting a little trigger happy with their timeouts. Maybe not, but they're feeling timeouts right now. Both coaches are.
Yeah, and I think and also it has to do, Gary, with the game of momentum like this has been. So that's what makes coaches call timeouts too, is the momentum shifts and has a chance of getting out of hand, so you call timeout. Then it shifts back and the other coach calls timeout. So, I think it's a handful of everything. And also this is a semifinal game. So the winner goes to the finals, and that has something to do with this also. But overall, it's been a well-played game. The Desert Cats never gave up. They're coming back in this game. So the next quarter and 3 minutes are going to be interesting.
So we get the ball back in bounds. Long at the controls for the Desert Cats. Gets it near side. Go down low and does. Nice pass. Good kick out. Long with an open three. Can't get it to go. Good offensive rebound coming in is Cokes, and he gets it back out. Long at the controls again against Matthews. Long dribbled off his knee, gets it back, dribble into the lane, Euro step through, can't get it to go. Ball is taken, back on the ground, still on the ground, bodies everywhere, and we're going to have a jump ball.
After all that, we got a jump ball. That was it, but winding it back a little bit, the Desert Cats ran their elevator play. That's where two guys picked for a shooter coming up. And before they threw the ball away because the Firm sniffed it out. This time they did the secondary option and got a little slip.
It's taken by the Firm. It's 2-on-1. Good job getting back on defense by the Desert Cats. Bad pass by the Firm, and it's taken away. Here come the Desert Cats. And they got numbers now. Near side, Avelis tries a three. No good. Rebound taken. Looked like by Matthews. He's been everywhere. Up ahead. Nope, check that. That wasn't Matthews because Matthews is there on the finish. I don't see who got the rebound, but either way.
Another outlet pass layup. Yeah, it kills the Desert Cats, those outlets to layup.
Yes. Down low. Have a foul. All right, so the Desert Cats on a nice little roll here. Make a free throw there, Paul. And I'll tell you something. This game has been... I don't know if you can say there's been momentum in this game really since the end of the first half. I mean, it's been really back and forth really in the last 15 or so minutes.
Yeah, I would say there's momentum in the game as far as the score is going, but the flow of the game has been broken up for sure.
No question about it. Start here some extra crowd noise. Definitely the fans getting into it a little bit as a three is up. And good. Big shot from the Firm.
Yeah, that's a hornbeat coming through when it counts right now.
Jeff Long spins into the lane, finishes with the left, count it, and a foul.
Great spin move, attacking the rim, finishing with the offhand, and now if he can knock down a free throw, he keeps his team into this game.
74-62. This free throw would cut it to 11. 32 to go in the third.
And the Desert Cats just pulled their big from the free throw line and put them back into the backcourt. That means they will full court press, I predict.
There you go. Right on the money. It back in the game. He had a nice start to the quarter. Good contest there. Change that shot. Here come the Desert Cats after the rebound. It's tipped out of bounds almost, but it stays in. Recovered by the Desert Cats. Three-point shot is up. A little long, and it comes out off the rim to Hornbeak, who gets fouled.
That would have been a big shot right there, too, for the Desert Cats to get that to go down. The firm is doing a good job, sorry, Gary, of keeping the Desert Cats at bay. They got it to 4 points for a minute, but now they're back up to 11, and they have the ball. So they've been doing a good job of battling back. And the Desert Cats are not a team that gives up, so they've been battling, and the firm is showing the veteran poise that they have on their team.
Hornbeak into the lane. Good contest again from Vitt, who clears the board. I'll tell you what, Paul, I don't think you could afford to take him out of the game again if you're the Desert Cats.
No, unless there's foul trouble, you need to let him play the rest of the game. He's impacting the game on both ends.
Say that he misses a catch, and back the other way off the steal is Guy, who finishes off the window, and a foul.
Yeah, that's a tough shuffle pass for a big. You got to throw it down low for him or up high, and like the whole game, the firm capitalized on that mistake and are going for their three-point play.
76-63.
If you're the Desert Cats, you could be heartbroken now if you go in the fourth quarter with the same 15-point deficit you had at the beginning of the half because of how hard you've battled to get back.
Yeah, a lot of energy used, and as you pointed out right now, Paul, single point gained. Three in and out. And, one thing as we get a loose ball foul, gets to go against the firm, one thing that I don't think we've talked about enough, Paul, the Desert Cats in this quarter in particular have had a number of shots that were really good shots that just don't go in. You don't want to beat yourself up over that so much, but at the end of the day, it's a make and miss game, and when you miss those shots, it does put a damper on any momentum.
That's like the NBA. It's a make or miss league. You're absolutely right, Gary. And I guarantee you the Desert Cats, for the most part, make those shots a greater number of times during the season, and it's got to be a little frustrating for them, but you can't give up. I would count on one hand how many bad shots I think the Desert Cats have taken this game. They just have the good shots just haven't gone in for them.
Yep, it's a big difference. Huge difference, and we have a jump at center court. No, it's not the start of the game, but the firm win it. 40 seconds to go in the third. Grab. the lane. Euro steps in, banks it off the window, but I believe it's going to be waved back, an offensive foul.
Wow, it looked like a nice offensive move with the Euro step. Evidently, offensive foul.
You know, isn't that like the most like derogatory name of a offensive move ever, the Euro step? Because it pretty much means, yeah, it's a travel in America, but in Europe it's not. And now Europe's in America, so now it's not a travel, even though it's a travel. That's pretty much what it translates to.
Yeah, and actually the Euro step did not start in the last 5 years. Elgin Baylor with the Lakers back in the 60s did the first Euro step as a Laker.
Yeah, going back old school. Guy into the lane, tries to shovel it around his back, a wraparound pass. Matthews on the receiving end. Foul is called. Guy's going to go to the line. I guess the foul was prior to the pass. So it's 77-63, make it 78. To your point, Paul, if Guy makes this next free throw, the game will be right back where it started at the turn of the half. He does.
Yeah, and you wasted all that effort. It's frustrating as a team. I know, I've been there.
Inside the final 10 seconds of the third. Long with the ball, double team, loses it. This could be a problem. 2-on-1, Guy behind his back, stolen. And that will take us to the fourth. Desert Cats down by what they started, actually down by one more. It's a 16-point game, 79-63 on pbatv. Alrighty, start of the fourth quarter. Gary Aid, Paul McKeskey, firm up 16, 10 minutes away from a finals matchup with the New York Generals, who won their semifinals game earlier, 114-97. Gary Aid, Paul McKeskey, and Paul, when you look at this game, I mean, we've had moments with the Desert Cats, but not sustained, and they're pretty much right back where they started, actually further behind by a point.
Yeah, and as a team, you can only go uphill so many times, and eventually you run out of energy or you run out of players because they're in foul trouble, and it's got to be heartbreaking for them to get all the way to down just 4 points halfway through the third quarter and then give it all back plus one. However, there is 10 minutes left. The Desert Cats do know they can get into this lead and get it back to making a game. But also it kind of gives the firm a little confidence, saying, okay, they made their run, we pushed them back, and now we're just going to win this game and go to the finals. So we'll see what happens in the last 10 minutes.
79-63. One beak, one-on-one. Dribble, probing, driving, shooting, foul. You know, one thing you notice in this league, Paul, is the guys who have played at higher levels, the guys who have been around a while, they move differently, they play differently, their body language is different, their footwork is different, and Hornbeak is one of those guys, you could tell he's a different level player.
Yeah, and they have they have a confidence about them. They've been there, done that, and they're usually stronger and tougher with the basketball, make less mistakes.
Say that Hornbeak misses one. Both, as a matter of fact. So, there we go. The announcer jinx is well and good. 3 is open for the Desert Cats. They'll try it. No good. Long. Rebounded off the front of the iron. 12 feet from the basket. Here is Firm coming back into the front court. 1-on-1. Good defense, and we have a whistle.
Another technical, I think illegal defense that time.
Again, it's got to be about the 5th or 6th technical in this game between the two teams. Free throw is good. Guy makes it. Smith will inbound it, gets it into Guy. One-on-one. Right back where we were before the technical. Same position. Couple crossover dribbles for Guy. A lot of dribbling. Step back is up. And good. Man alive. What a shot.
Yeah, now that went in, but I'm not happy with Guy dribbling 15 times to take a shot. At this point, you want to move the ball and make sure you get a good shot, even though that went in.
Pass down low. Good body and good finish. Desertcats not giving up. Now a double team. Hornbeak helps Guy break the press. Now into the front court. Smith driving to the lane with the right hand. Finishes. And they're going to count it and one.
Another straight line drive right to the basket, finish, and shooting free throws. That has plagued the Desertcats all game, those straight line drives to the basket.
84-65, and this lead, Paul, has ballooned back up to 19. Pending a free throw, could be 20. As you mentioned at the start of the quarter, you can only climb uphill so many times, and you run out of players' energy, and sometimes you run out of time.
Yeah, you run out of time and gas. You're right, and it's the same things that hurt the Desertcats early in the game are now coming back and haunting them late in this game. Straight line drives, not very solid defense.
85-65. Back to 20. Desertcats trying to cut into this lead. The three is up. Long. Ball is tipped in the air, still in the air loose, and they're going to give it to the firm. Three is up and good.
It's a heat check.
23 points. Now make it 20 as Long answers.
You can make one. I can make one.
That's it. Long has it stripped. You have a foul around half court.
The problem is, like we said early on in this game, once you're down by 15 or 20, you cannot afford to trade baskets, and that is what the Desertcats are doing right now.
Under 8 to go, down 20. The chance to make a game of this is rapidly evaporating. Illis with the screen, ends up with Long attacking the basket, goes strong with the right, hit on the hip, and he'll head to the line.
Yeah, Gary, and it's the time is running out faster than they even think, because the firm Fort Worth team has some very veteran, like we've said all game, with Hornbeak and Guy and Rob. They have guys that have been around, but they're not going to crumble under any kind of pressure. And, so that lead, even though it's about 20, it's probably with those kind of veterans and that kind of team that the firm has is more like 30 at this point.
And it's, as you pointed out, Paul, as Long misses the free throws, it doesn't help. When you're playing a team that executes like this down the stretch. Good block, though, by Aviles, although it stays with the firm. It's much harder. Guy tries a three, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Long. Good job by the guard getting in there under the trees. Here he comes. Nice lead pass. One-handed dunk is missed. Ouch.
I think the rim got him on that one.
Did. It jumped up and blocked it. Now a steal. Up ahead. Long. Tries a three. That's short. Rebounded by Rob. He'll throw it all the way up court for Guy. Guy tries to go for an alley-oop. Bad pass. And it's taken out by Matthews. Firm reset. By 20.
I think the veteran team will do. Yeah.
Drive into the lane, losing the dribble. Uncharacteristic turnover there from Rob. Here come the Desertcats. 3-on-2. Three-pointer is up. Aviles. He'll knock it down. Another steal by the Desertcats. Another three is up. And it bounces in. So back-to-back threes for Justin Aviles. And all of a sudden, it's back to 14.
That's the Desertcats are a three-point shooting team, and they're dangerous, and they don't give up. And when you get sloppy, like the firm just did and turned the ball over a couple times, and the Desertcats knocked down a couple threes, that drives the coach crazy, because this game was over.
Yes, it was.
You know, 14 down 14 with 6.5 left. It's not over yet. So, you know, the coach has to keep coaching, and the players got to keep playing. And we'll see what happens here in the last 6.5 minutes.
Now, I know the saying is it's not over until the fat lady sings. Can it be the fat guy? Because, you know, I'd love to sing. You know, it'd be really nice.
It's over when it's over. How about that?
Paul doesn't want me to sing. I understand. That's probably better for our audience. A 14-point game. Back into the front court.
Looks like they're in a zone.
Yep.
Looks like that. In a little zone.
Drive into the lane is off the mark.
It looks kind of like a little ticky-tack foul, but the firm is going to the free throw line. And at this point, if you're the Desert Cats, any mistakes are magnified. And like we had talked before, Gary, the time is running out, and every mistake you make now is magnified by 10.
Firm extend the lead back to 15 with the first free throw. Second one forthcoming for Hornbeak. Makes the second as well. Long into the front court. One-on-one with Guy. Gets it back after a touch pass. Crosses into the lane. Throws up a floater. Leaves it short. And I think he's going to get bailed out with a late whistle. There's a ticky-tack foul, but it'll send Long to the line.
And that's another thing, Gary, that if you're down by this many in the fourth quarter, anytime you can get to the basket, get a chance to make a couple points and stop the clock. The clock is your enemy right now, is a good thing. But you have to make the free throws.
90-74. You said it, Paul. Got to make those free throws. Long doesn't. He's missed a few today. Does make the second. 15-point game up ahead for the Firm. Trying to close this one out. Under 6 to go. One-on-one. Rob kicks it out. Gets it back in the post. Good position, good double team. Rob is raked across the arm, and they'll call the foul.
And there you saw the experience of the Firm, how they broke that press. They swung the ball, got it to the guy in the middle. He pushed it up the court. They didn't panic. They got it into the low post and then got the foul. So that's a great example of a veteran experienced team right there.
90-75. Whistle.
Technical foul on the Desert Cats coach. Looks like he's standing on the court, which you cannot do as a coach. I know that.
Yes.
It's a no-no.
It is for players only.
And that's a point that the Desert Cats can't afford giving up.
Nope. Back to the inbound. Nice seal down low for Rob. Nice pass from Guy. And I'll tell you what, you can start to feel it now a little bit if you're the Firm. A few more good minutes of basketball, and this one's all yours.
Yeah, they can start. They're smelling it now, and it's within their grasp. They just got to stay solid.
They keep a firm grasp on this game.
Oh, there you go again. I thought you were getting better, Gary. Now you're reverting back.
I'm regressing as the day goes on. Good bounce pass far side. 3 is up. No good. Offensive rebound. Back up. Strong. No good. Guy on the weak side finish. But I believe it's going to be waved off.
Yeah, that's like a premature foul. The guy was just standing there with his hands up, and You went, the offensive player went back up and threw it on the glass and gets a call. And that's got to be frustrating.
93-75. That shot is good. It's Jason Smith at the line. Makes a pair. Back to 20.
Now they can really taste it right now.
Turnover for the Desert Cats. And I'll tell you, Paul, assuming this game doesn't have a miracle ending, you look at the matchup of the Firm and the Generals, you're talking about, as we have a whistle, you're talking about contrasting styles. The Generals, a cohesive, complete defensive team who get enough offense to go by and usually score off their defense. The Firm, a solid defensive team, but maybe a little bit more individual firepower with Rob, Hornbeak, and Guy.
Yeah, and I think if this plays out like we think it is, it's going to be important for the Firm to get some more contributors. So McFarland, Duffy, someone has to really step up. Matthews has to step up a little bit more and give them a little more firepower to be able to beat a team solid like the Generals.
Bit off the inbound, kicks it back out. Wide open three is no good. Offensive putback, no good as well. Point blank miss for Desert Cats. They can't afford that. Here come the Firm back the other way, behind the back to Duffy. He finishes strong. Nice play. Whistle. Not sure the call.
I don't know.
Ellis was near the line there, the baseline, but I don't think he stepped out.
There's been a few instances where we're not sure what's going on the court. It looks like some confusion, but right now, if you're the Firm coach, you're just you're trying to just end this game with nothing crazy happening, no injuries. Everybody comes out of it healthy. Maybe I'm giving some of my main guys a rest here, and get on to the championship game. If you're the Desert Cats, for 4 minutes and 32 seconds, you're just all out, trap, throw up even more threes than you think, and see if you can maybe stir something up. But it's a long, long, long shot for them.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, that's the question I was going to ask, Paul. You read my mind. At what point, if you're the Firm, do you go to your bench and say you have this game in hand and avoid injury to a key guy?
Yeah, I mean, looking at the Firm's roster, it looks like they only have 8 or 9 players, so I don't know how deep their bench is anyway. And then it depends on the coach and how confident he is in those guys, because all they have to do is not mess up. They don't have to do anything great spectacular. Right. So if I'm up by 20 and I'm around 3 minutes, that's probably the time for me.
Duffy with the baseline jumper, no good.
Because the worst thing you can do, Gary, is take your guys out, and then the other team makes a run, and you got to put those guys back in to finish the game. That's the worst thing that can happen to a coach and a team.
No doubt. And a good play by Vitt. He might be the most consistent offensive player that the Desert Cats have had today. He's not had the touches, perhaps, but he's made the most of the ones he has had. He's played very well.
Yeah, and he's in both ends of the court. He's blocked some shots. He's got some rebounds, offensive and defensive rebounds. He's played a really solid game. Unfortunately for the Desert Cats, their long-range shooters just couldn't get shots to fall on a consistent basis.
97-77. Missed free throw by Rob. Has sort of a 1960s free throw release ball.
Yeah.
True one-handed shot.
Oscar Robertson, and when I played, Paul Pressey for the Milwaukee Bucks did that.
There you go. I didn't realize Pressey did that. I was thinking Robertson right away. 3 from Avelis. He'll miss it, and it's rebounded by the Firm. They get it up ahead. Breakaway dunk for Guy. Back to 22.
And now to answer your question, I'm emptying my bench right now, Gary.
There you go.
Even if I have to call timeout. Or just foul, and then get the other guys in the game.
Another 3 from Guy. And the Desert Cats had a very good season. Strong play, obviously a Final Four appearance. But the Firm, as we wrap up these last 3 minutes and change today, Paul, just a better team tonight. Maybe better team for the season, but certainly tonight they were the better team. They played better. They played more consistently. And as Avelis knocks down that 3, they're going to be going on and playing the Generals tomorrow in the championship game.
Yeah, and, the Firm definitely a better team tonight, and the Desert Cats put up a fight. Also, what's not been said is the Desert Cats have lost a couple of their main players here the last month or a few weeks of the season, so they ended up not being as talented and not being as deep as they've been all season, so I think that affected them this evening also.
One of the things about minor league basketball that is a constant threat is roster attrition, mostly from guys going to other leagues, getting signed, in bigger leagues, more pay. Sometimes it's other things.
And, the overseas leagues have been shut down for most of the year, but now they're starting to reopen, and some teams are starting to pull out some players from these leagues, and that's absolutely right, Gary. That's what's happened, and but that's a good thing. Those players need to go on to bigger and better things and increase their career.
It's one of the oddities of minor league sports, whether it's basketball, baseball, or anything else. Like, you want to win, but it's almost more important that everyone, moves on and moves up. That's like the overriding goal for anyone who plays in these leagues, even though you want to win too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a catch-22, and the better players, your better players go. I coached in the D-League, G-League, NBA Development League for over 8 years, and that's, our players left mostly not for overseas, but for NBA call-ups, and of course you lose your best players. But any leagues like the PBA and the ABA leagues like that, the players are playing to get seen, get stats, and get a better opportunity, which for the most part, it'll be overseas. There's not many players playing at this level that have played in the G League or NBA. Hornbeak is one that has played in the G League, so he's been there and trying to get back there or overseas to make money. But that's the nature of the beast of minor league basketball.
Exactly right, Paul. As the finishing touches get put on this one, last 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Desert Cats within 20. Two for two on the foul line there. Guy up ahead in the field. Seems that the Firm are in a rush to shoot right now, which I don't really understand.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. They should break this press like they've been doing all game and then pull it out and run the clock.
As the Cats get a run out there. Not breaking the press the same way. They're trying to dribble against it, which is leading to these end-of-game turnovers.
Which is going to make the score look closer than it was.
Yes. 25 to go. Now it looks like the Firm are trying to take some air out of the ball. Rob cross court. One fake. Shot. Good.
Nice arc on that one. Looked really good.
Lane, no good. Rebounded by the Desert Cats again, no good. And they're just not going to call anything unless it has to be called at this point.
which usually happens at this time of a game and this type of a game, Gary. You just got to keep, battling away and don't expect a call, but if you get one, it's a bonus.
There's a bonus for the Desert Cats as they do get a call. First free throw rattles in. Second free throw does the same. Short, off to the right, long into the front court. Lead pass, bucket from the Desert Cats. 36 seconds to go. Rob smartly pulls it back. Got a 8-second or so differential shot and game clock. Or a step into the lane by Smith. They did have to put the ball up one more time, so that should do it. And assuming nothing weird, the Firm don't have to shoot again. And the final score of this one should be 108-94, although we'll see. We have to get it across midcourt, which they do. And they take a shot anyway, which they miss. Avelis clears, throws it up ahead, and that will do it. And I don't know if they're going to count that three or not. But either way, the Firm win this game. Final score today is 108-94. They are moving on to the PBA Finals to take on the New York Generals after dispatching the Desert Cats by a final spread of 14. Back to talk about it after this on PBA TV. All right, that is a wrap, as they say, on a very good Desert Cat season. They make the Final Four, but fall against the Fort Worth Forum. 108-94 is the final. Gary Ade, Paul McKeskey back here on the postgame report on PBA TV. And when you look at this Fort Worth team, Paul, I mean, let's just call it what it is. They were better tonight. They were more consistent on offense. Yes, it was sloppy at times, especially in the middle quarters. But overall, start to finish, the Firm were the better team today, and they're moving on.
Yeah, they were a better team from start to finish. The Desert Cats are a three-point shooting team, and they took a lot of open threes, just couldn't make many of them. So that put them behind the eight ball right off the bat. But the Firm is a strong team from top to bottom. They're not necessarily deep. They do have a big three of Hornbeak, Guy, and Rob, and but that's a good three to have, a good big three to have, because they can all do it. They can all get to the basket. They can all handle the ball. They can all shoot the ball, and they're all three of them are strong and efficient players, and they're experienced. They have experience all over the world, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the championship game, because those three can carry you, and it looks like they might have to.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. They're going to be playing a New York Generals team that, for my money, Paul, from the teams I've seen to this year, they were the best team defensively I've seen all year by a healthy margin. The Firm, as you just got done chronicling, a lot of offensive firepower, perhaps a clash of strengths. Should make for an interesting finals. But before we kind of give a quick prelude to that, let's just give a shout-out and a good round of applause to a great season for the Desert Cats. They were an excellent team. Came up a little bit short today, but this is a team that has a lot to be proud of.
Yeah, they were. I've seen them play all year long. They were very good from the very start of the season all the way to the end. They didn't have a great game tonight, but what a great season they had to get to the semifinals. And, congratulations to them, and looking forward to the Generals versus the Firm in the championship game. And as we know, Gary, this is a make or miss league.
As we wrap it up, Paul, it's time for the Mr. Awards. What do we got?
Oh, what a mystery.
You've been hanging with me too long.
I know, the three-headed Hornbeak, Guy, and Rob. They scored points, but more than that, they handled the game. They took control of the tempo. They are not easily shook by any pressure that the Desert Cats threw at them all game long. And they're just three very skilled basketball players, like all three of them.
That's right. It's pretty easy to just throw those three as the misters today. And I think that's what I'm going to do as well. It was good calling games with the all-year partner, and we'll be back tomorrow. It will be a three-man broadcast booth tomorrow. Myself, Paul, and Rich Anselmo, as we will call the PBA Championship. It will be the Generals and the Firm.
Gary, we're the big three now.
That's right.
Who's the big three now? We are.
Well, I mean, I think Rich and I combined might be about your height, so I think we'll call it the big one and the others.
No, we're the big three.
All right, very good. Sounds good to me. All right, well, good stuff today, Paul. We'll see you again tomorrow for the championship game.
Absolutely.
All righty, so that does it for us. For Paul McKeskey and our entire crew, once again, the Firm advanced to the PBA Finals with their 108-94 victory over the Desert Cats. I'm Gary Ade saying so long. We'll see you again tomorrow for the championship game, Firm and Generals on PBA TV.
This presentation of the Pro Basketball Association is presented by our sponsors. Benitez International Academy. Reach higher, no limits. With Benitez International Academy. Wilson Sporting Goods, the official basketball of the PBA. And Grip Spritz. Court traction is important. No licking, just sticking. With Grip Spritz.